It's Monday, December 23rd here in Seoul. I'm Gwangju and you're watching Korea Now. We start today with President Moon Jae-in's year-end summit diplomacy. President Moon Jae-in has traveled to Beijing ahead of his trilateral summit with the leaders of China and Japan in Chengdu, the capital of the southwestern Sichuan province, on Tuesday. Before traveling to Chengdu, President Moon held a one-on-one with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Monday, their first summit in half a year following the previous one in Osaka, Japan, on the sidelines of the G20 meeting.
북미 대화가 중단되고 한반도 긴장이 고조되는 최근 상황은 우리 양국은 물론 북한에게도 결코 이롭지 않습니다.
During your talks, the South Korean leader is known to have focused efforts on persuading China to play a role in pressing North Korea to come back to the negotiating table, because using Beijing as leverage is believed by many experts to be the most effective strategy option Seoul currently has. The Moon-Xi summit also appears to come at an appropriate time for the two countries to officially send a message to the North, with about a week remaining until the year-end deadline set by the regime. On Tuesday afternoon in Chengdu, President Moon is scheduled to hold summit talks with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, which may serve as a chance to improve relations between the two countries embroiled in a months-long trade and diplomatic row. The remains of some 40 people have been discovered at the site of a former prison in South Korea's southwestern city of Gwangju. The identities of the bodies are unknown, but they were uncovered Thursday during a government project to move a graveyard where deceased prisoners with no family ties were buried. But following the discovery, some are claiming that they may belong to the victims of crackdowns led by the authoritarian Chunduan government during the pro-democracy movement in the 1980s. According to a joint investigation team led by the Justice Ministry, among the remains, 2 skulls were found to have signs of being pierced, and one is known to be that of a child. Officials say the pierced skulls will be examined by experts in detail to figure out what caused the marks. Vice Justice Minister Kim Woo-soo also added that it's too early to jump to conclusions on whether the remains were related to the pro-democracy movement, but the possibility will be looked into during the probe. BTS Seoul concerts held in October appear to have created an economic effect worth nearly 1 trillion won or $861 million. This is according to a study led by Professor Ju-hyun of Korea University Business School, which showed that the septet's final Love Yourself, Speak Yourself concerts in Seoul that took place on the 26th, 27th, and 29th of October generated around 923 billion won of both direct and indirect economic impact. This is equivalent to the annual sales generated by 6 typical medium-sized companies in the country. The direct economic effect, which includes ticket sales, costs for the venue and live broadcast, traffic and accommodation expenses, and tourist expenditure, stood at 331 billion won. Meanwhile, the indirect economic impact the performances will have within this year and over the next 5 years combined stood at around 592 billion won. And those were the top headlines for today. You can always check the full-length articles on our official website. And don't forget to subscribe to Korea Now for your daily newsfeed.